game in Australia to celebrating the past. On Friday night, Sydney United held its 50th anniversary. The club has produced a host of Socceroos, many of which gathered at the club's headquarters in Sydney's West, along with the World Games Vita Sobral.
Edensor pulling that one back for Tikas. 1-0. Stewart cutting it back. Robbie Slater. Putting this one across. Hunter. Equaliser. Turning, getting that one across. Le Bon. Finish Le Bon. Jakov. 1-1. And this one will stand.
In 1958, a football club formed by Croatian migrants in Sydney joined the New South Wales Soccer Association. 50 years on, that club, now called Sydney United, has seen more of its players wear the Socceroo shirt than any other.
The spirit of the club is something which you will never find in any other club.
Sydney United was more than a football club. It was a place where, I met all my best friends. This is a place where my family came, and, my son will be playing there as well next year. So it's new generation time as well. So, that's why I want to give everything I can, as much as possible, back to the club that gave so much to me.
When the National Soccer League was formed in 1977, the then-named Sydney Croatia weren't invited to join, with the club sweeping all before it at state level and attracting crowds bigger than most NSL sides. The move up was inevitable. It took a few years for the team to establish itself at national level, but with the likes of Graham Arnold, Robbie Slater, Manis Lemon, and one of the finest midfielders to don the famous red shirt, Žarko Ojakov, it didn't take long for Sydney Croatia to rise to the top.
We had brilliant midfielders in that time, so yes, we play very, very attacking soccer.
Obviously, veteran Rogers, our coach, was the best format of the best part of defence was attack. So, and that reflected on our, our result and the grand final in 1988, which disappointingly we didn't come up trumps.
The final loss seemed to take its toll on the club for a few years, but waiting in the wings was a youth team that included Tony Popovic, Željko Kalac, Mark Rudin and Ante Milicic.
It was a special team, but I think, to be fair, at the time we knew that as well, because a lot of us were getting called up into the, Joey's team, the under-20s team, the Olympic team a bit later on, but also we were always in the state teams and we're always winning things. So we got into good habits at a young age.
And I'm probably biased when I say that was one of the best teams. I mean, record speaks for itself. We won the premiership with about 4 rounds to go. We averaged 3 goals per game. Some of the scoreline in our games, 7-0, 7-2, 5-0, 4-0 against quality opposition. It's certainly a team that was unbelievably talented. We had as many as 7 internationals in the squad when Terry Venables was coaching the national team, and I think that speaks for itself.
Despite their outstanding results, the club's grand final hoodoo continued against the Brisbane Strikers in 1997.
Brisbane have struck gold here.
Lost to Brisbane on the day, and devastated. And still to this day, it's something that I won't forget, and in a way won't forgive myself. But it was a team effort, and on the day we weren't good enough. But that's one thing with Sydney United that still hurts me. But I'll try my best to deliver a championship as a coach.
Another grand final loss in 1999 meant Sydney United never won a National League title, yet its ability to produce great players means it has more than made up for that. And with the club no longer playing in Australian football's most elite competition, it's in producing even more Socceroos where the future lies.
Because there's a lot of talent out in the Western Sydney area, and clubs like Sydney United need to continue to nurture these kind of players and this kind of talent, and eventually they will go on from here to play A-League, play Socceroos, play overseas. So it's very much a breeding ground still, and it should continue to be so.